Hey, welcome back. Now that we've got a good handle on the definition of design for our purposes, we can start to focus more on design theory. But before we can even think about designing anything, we need to identify a problem. Humans are addicted to seeking out problems and figuring out ways to fix them, before eventually finding even more problems to fix. Lucky for us, problems come up all the time. We stub our toes, run red lights, have nuclear catastrophes, and learn, wow, we really shouldn't do that, or it'd be so nice if, or I want to wake up and be able to. These statements are called problem statements. Think of these as the equivalent of asking a question in the scientific method. The design purpose and your working assumptions could equally be called your hypothesis, but we're really not ready to dive into that just yet. Problems that warrant design exploration emerge from a few places and can be broken out into three separate categories. These are cycling, improvement, and discovery. Cycling problems are profit-driven and primarily create cash flow and often end in surface styling, new colorways, and extraneous details that don't truly answer a bigger question. Case in point, there will always be a new phone design or toaster design that we want to scratch the itch of our never-ending dissatisfaction of life as it is. Improvement problems usually are products that are out there in the market that sort of answer a problem's request, but are hastily put together and can usually be solved with a little more thought and wind up as the as seen on TV type product. And while gadgets are fun, they don't often solve larger problems, but they do offer room for more thoughtful exploration of why the problem exists in the first place. Discovery problems have the most room for insight and innovation. Usually, this isn't the type of problem you'd encounter because of a minor inconvenience. This is the type of problem that gives us an idea for a system change, a disruption product, or a new product category altogether. Your homework, yeah, you have homework now, is to take either the rest of today or tomorrow and list everything that's an inconvenience to you in your day and list them out. From there, mark them with either a C, an I, or a D to indicate if they qualify as a cycling, improvement, or discovery-worthy problem. If you notice things are more in the vein of, I'd like that countertop if it were just a little more red or beige or something that is aesthetically charged in thought, you're likely looking at a cycling problem. You'll find with just a little bit of effort, some of the things you encounter will be solvable with just a little change. These fall into the improvement category and should be addressed with minimal effort. If you notice something that begs the question such as, why do I do this? Or a statement such as, we could save so much time if we, or an assertion like, why are taxis the only on-call transportation service? You may have just stumbled upon a discovery problem. Pay special attention to these, as they will be the type of problem that will yield the most profound thinking and rewarding results later on down the road. With that taxi example, you may have accidentally invented Uber. Here's an example of a discovery problem that I came across a few weeks ago. There's this train crossing by my house that I always get stuck at due to large double-stacked slow-moving trains. It'd be so nice if I didn't get stuck at the train crossing every time, or at least had a better way to identify how long I'd be delayed or if I should pull a U-turn and find another route. Wouldn't it be great if we could have a passive RFID tag on the main engine that contained the manifest of how many cars it was pulling, and then displayed on a sign that faced traffic so people could make a determination of whether it was worth waiting around or turning around and finding another way? Now, obviously there are some hurdles and complexities to the possible solution that I've not yet identified here, but the idea is sound enough that I might sketch up some ideas of how I could make this system be implemented and figure out ways to solve the problem. While it might not go into production or even be implemented, by taking the time to ask why, I'm doing exercises for my brain to find opportunities to improve either the system or my circumstances so that the problem is effectively resolved. And that's the big idea. Asking why reveals the layers of why things are the way they are so you can adjust the world as necessary. Send me some of your thoughts. This is just a method of identifying problems in order to start to solve them. How do you go about it? Do you have a process? Let me know about it over on the socials. Thanks so much, and see you next time.